We're gonna be quick because we're definitely gonna talk about this on GeekCypha this week. But I felt like I needed to get down some of my thoughts, spoiler-free thoughts, right away. Captain America: Brave New World is out, and the feeling was that this was going to be bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was sure it was gonna be bad. I was 100% convinced this was gonna flop from hearing about all these reshoots and some of the problems it was having, and Giancarlo being added later in the story, and people keep saying that they want to boycott the movie because of Ruth Bax Seraph being in it, and Saber or Sabra or whatever her name. I don't really care about the character, so but just all those things, and in my head, I was convinced, like, no, something's gonna hurt. This film's not gonna do well. And I think, if anything, that worked to their advantage because I went into that film with the lowest expectations, the lowest of low expectations. I truly did not believe the film was going to do well. I thought I was going to watch a film that was going to be a mishmash of story and poorly thought out ideas with a black lead. And I truly felt like we were going to face a film with a character who was going to get essentially crushed by the story and almost maybe tossed to the side. And that's not what happened. Anthony Mackie was fantastic in the film. He's charismatic. He is brave. He is confident. He is funny. And all the things that made him a great partner to Captain America originally continue to make him a great Captain America as Sam Wilson. I rewatched Falcon and the Winter Soldier recently just to get a sense of his energy. And I was worried that the film was going to be in line with the show because the show was okay, not great. And I will say the film is better. Anthony Mackie and Danny Ramirez, who plays Falcon to his Captain America, are fantastic together. Their chemistry on screen is great. Danny Ramirez almost playing a comedic sidekick like Mackie was, but even more content and happy and excited, almost like a puppy who's just really excited to like get in there and play. And it was fun to see because you see the evolution of Mackie realizing now, okay, I'm the guy in charge, and this is my partner, and I need to make sure I am training him and setting a tone that he can look up to, respect, and support, and also supporting him. And that's one of the things that, you didn't get to see a lot of that with Captain America and Falcon in Winter Soldier because their relationship starts very quickly, and then the trust that Anthony has in Cap almost comes out of nowhere, which I was always fine with. I didn't think it was great, but seeing Anthony kind of just support Captain America so quick from jump in Winter Soldier and the continuous movies, where it's just like, I get that you believe in this person and what he stands for, but what are the things that have what are the things that he's done in your eyes that make him so worth your worship and respect? Whereas with Joaquin Torres and Sam Wilson, you get to see that relationship. You saw it in the show build over a bit of time, and then in this film, you get to see them continue that. And I thought that was a lot of fun because I felt like I was seeing a version of the relationship I would have liked to have seen with Sam Wilson and Steve Rogers when I saw Sam Wilson and Joaquin Torres. Now, the film doesn't try to be Guardians of the Galaxy comedic. It also doesn't have as many characters, so it's great. That's one of the other elements I think was super good. They really stripped it down. It really is Sam Wilson, Joaquin Torres, Ruth Bats Saraf. You had a few scenes with Sidewinder. You have Isaiah Bradley, who's fantastic. You have Layla Taylor, played by Oksana Oksa Reckmore. Oh man, I feel like I'm messing up her name. My apologies, but she was great as Layla Taylor. And then Tim Blake Nelson, who was in the Hulk film with Edward Norton way back when, playing Samuel Stearns, is This man really went in there and said, I'm going to give you guys one of the best performances because we've seen him in Watchmen. If you watch Watchmen, the TV series on HBO, he's great in that show. And he's actually been a good actor in most of the things that I've seen him in. Like, he's really solid. And his story throughout the film and his relationship to Thaddeus Ross is done so well. And that's one of the things that I feel when it comes to Marvel. There's times where I don't understand character motivations or they kind of skip over it. Whereas this film gives you solid character motivation. It gives you solid performances. Every character is doing something and it feels like they're doing it for a reason. I didn't watch any part of the film and think, this doesn't make sense. Your motivations to do this thing right now is out of pocket. Isaiah Bradley, his reasons for being where he is and how he is and what he's doing makes sense. Sidewinder, motivations and why he's doing Giancarlo Esposito delivered. Tim Blake Nelson as Samuel Stearns, motivation clearly explained, and the through line throughout the film giving you hints, perfect. Thaddeus Ross being who he is and trying to make himself a better person, something we could all aspire, something that everyone aspires. Everyone wants to be better, and you're watching him try and be a better person. And it's always sad, with William Hurt having passed, that Harrison Ford came in and took over the role. So there was moments of that sadness of thinking how great William Hurt would have been in this role, continuing to be in this role. And I don't think for a second Harrison Ford came into the role trying to do it like William Hurt. And I think that's one of the things that helps with the idea that the character is trying to be better, because the version of William Hurt that was Thaddeus Ross and was more Thunderbolt Ross, and the version that Ford is giving us, who's trying to be a better man, because of the transition, he got to do a different performance. He got to be a different version of Thaddeus Ross. He got to be his own version. And then, like I said again, Anthony Mackie. Every step of the way, I wanted this film to work for Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, and every step of the way, I was really worried that Marvel was setting it up to fail. But I can say, after seeing the film, after seeing the performance, after seeing how the story is well written, and even if they had to rewrite or re-edit or add reshoots, or everything was done well to make the story come to life. My only note: I didn't love the green screen in some of the spots. Some of that green screen. But that's it. That's all I have to say. So we'll be going into more depth and probably talking more about the story and the film, and giving a little bit of a, kind of some going over what the movie is about, and probably having spoilers if I'm not talking out of turn. But that'll be on Wednesday. So make sure to tune into GeekCypha on this channel, this YouTube channel, this same channel. If you're watching this, or if you're watching a clip somewhere, I'll put the links everywhere. And yeah, free X Agents Media. GeekCypha.com is the website. GWKCYPHA. Go check it out. And we'll be back with another one on Wednesday. Peace.